lesson, I'm going to talk about the different bins. I'm sorry, I'm going to talk about the different windows. As you can see right here, whenever I click on a window here, it highlights blue. You see that little blue there? If I click here, you notice a blue border, even on the timeline, even in the toolbar. Now, the only thing I'm going to show you here about the different windows, and by the way, we're not worried about the effects window or the effects control window or the text window, because those are, like, to me, they kind of reside inside the main window. So the project window is a main window. So same thing with source and program. So let's focus on these windows here, the project window. And I'm going to show you something pretty interesting here. I'm going to click on import media, and I'm going to go ahead and import these files here. Okay, and I have my reasons. And as you can see, there are the different files. Okay, and these are going to be used, these are basically used to create a sequence, whether it's video, audio, graphics, everything gets placed over here for your video project. Now I can do it this way. You see that, how I've got several different icons by clicking on this little icon view, or I can go ahead and click on list view, which is what I normally do. But I'm going to go and click on icon view. Okay, so because I want to show everything one at a time. So I'm going to click on project window because we're going to talk about project, and I am going to expand this a little bit further. There it is. So it you can kind of see everything. There we go. So here is what the project was. First of all, this is where you import your files, your audio, your video, and images. As you can see right here in this graphic, I've got videos and I've got images. Okay, audios can come whenever you want it to. It could be MP3 or MP4, but it all goes inside here. So you're importing files into this area right here, this project window, and then you're going to name it. And I would strongly suggest you name it to whatever it is that you're doing. So right now I'm teaching, but you notice it's on the upper left. It's always the project : and then the name of the project. So project : name of the project. That's always there. So as I mentioned, all windows when clicked are going to be surrounded by a blue border. I'm demonstrating that now. So to import files, this is the area where you import, and there's three types of ways to import a file. There's the blue icon, the file import, the right click, okay? All this stuff which I'm going to show you in a future video, but I just want to go ahead and get you familiar with this. So this is where you import. Now the tilde here, if I click here, the tilde is this icon right here on the keyboard. It's between the escape and tab keys. So if I press on tilde once, look what happens. Wow, the whole thing expands. I click tilde again and it goes back to the workspace. See what I'm saying? Okay. Alrighty, very cool. And now then there's bins. There's these little folders here where you can keep files in there. So just so you know that that's where it's at. Okay, so we can better organize our files, okay, from video to images. That means the types of files, or we can, well, whatever you think that is going to make things easier for you. All right, then comes the source. Let's go ahead and find the source. This is the source. So this is the source here. And basically, as you can see, whenever I click on the different icons here, it'll preview the individual clips before adding them to the timeline. And then there's these things right here: set in, mark in, and mark out. Okay, points. So in other words, if I had a video, okay, I can decide where in the video I want to capture, like the length. So if there's like a 2-minute video, I can like select 30 seconds in and only have from 30 seconds to 50 seconds, and I can drag it into the timeline. It isolates the audio and the video. These little icons do that right here. So again, just kind of showcasing what you're going to be seeing in the future, okay, which is hopefully just a few hours away. All right, let's go talk about the, let's go talk about the programming, which is this area here. So allows real-time viewing of the sequence from the timeline as edits are being made. So whatever appears here, okay, in other words, any work you do in the timeline will appear here, and allows for preview of footage before exporting. Okay, and you can also extract out. You see these little icons? You can take stuff out that you may change your mind on. Okay, and so these are the things. It's called lift and extract. Okay, we'll talk about that. And so that makes it pretty useful if you want to have last minute editing. So as you can see, again, it starts in the project, you import the files, you see which files you're going to work on. Then pretty much number 3 is a timeline, but then you get to see everything in the program file. So we actually skip from, we went to actually step number 4. So, but here's a timeline. Okay. Timeline here. Let's see if I can make it fit. So the timeline, this is where you add all the media elements. So in other words, you drag it. See, I can actually drag it now. See that? Look at that. See, that's the timeline right there. And I can drag this here. Okay, so again, I can show a lot more. Okay, let me go ahead and drag. Oops, I think I dragged that project window. I have 2 project windows there, so there we go. So as you can see, I can just drag things in, and again, we're going to explain a little bit. Notice how the program window now it all appears. You see that? How it goes from one to another to another. Okay, so pretty cool stuff. This is where you add all the media files together to form a sequence, which then will be exported as a video project. All right, and last but not least, of course, is the toolbar, and I'll just zoom in right here. Okay, see if I can do this. Zoom in right here. So these are different tools, I guess you can use that. I have it right here, and this is what they do. Okay, so as you can see right here, there's a selection tool. That's the main tool, so I can use this to select either a clip or something inside the project window. Okay, so in anything here. So that's what I kind of use to move around. And this here is track forward and backward. So I'll just demonstrate a little bit. So notice how I just move these 2 and then I can move it back. Okay. And then this is the ripple, move a section of attack and the other element follows. So I'll just do this. You can see that. See how the length of the individuals kind of change accordingly. See that? We'll talk about that. And then there's rolling. So that expands the footage on the left but shrinks the footage on the right. You see that? So and it'll showcase pretty easily, and you'll see the effects of it over here. And then of course is the razor tool, which is pretty cool. I can click this and cut. You see that? I can cut and bring that out. See that? So I'll do it again. So I can cut anywhere and just take this select tool and bring it out. Okay, so that's what it does. It cuts basically it cuts a footage. And then there's a slip tool, pen tool, all this stuff that we're going to talk about. Obviously the text tool, the hand tool is pretty important. Okay, so I can use the hand tool, as you can see, move the visual program around whatever I need it to do. So that's pretty much the different windows. And again, just trying to just give you an overview of what we're going to study. If I had to explain every window individually in this video, we'd be here for an hour. So let's, quick and easy video is what I believe in, and that's what hopefully I provided. Okay.